Not because your body needs sugar, but because your brain has become used to it. Every time you eat something sweet, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical involved in motivation and reward. Over time, your brain starts expecting those frequent sugar hits. So when you suddenly stop eating added sugar, it protests. You crave candy, desserts, soft drinks, even foods you normally wouldn't think about. Some people experience headaches. Others feel tired or irritable. If this happens to you, don't panic. It doesn't mean your body needs sugar. It means your brain is adapting to a new normal. And here's the interesting part. Every day you resist those cravings, they become weaker. By the end of the first week, many people notice something they weren't even expecting. They wake up, look in the mirror, and realize their face looks different. Less swollen, less puffy, more defined. Why? Because sugary foods often encourage your body to retain more water, especially when they're part of a diet high in processed foods and excess calories. Once you reduce that intake, your body gradually lets go of some of that excess water. It's not dramatic overnight, but it's enough for many people to notice that their jawline looks a little sharper, their cheeks look less bloated, and suddenly their face starts looking more like them. But that's only the beginning, because what happens over the next few weeks is where people really start seeing results. Weeks 2 to 4, when people start noticing. Around the second week, something changes. The constant cravings that felt impossible to ignore, they're no longer in control. Instead of thinking about sugar every few hours, you start forgetting about it. And that's incredibly powerful, because now you're no longer eating based on cravings. You're eating based on choice. This is also the point where your energy begins to stabilize. Think about what normally happens after eating a sugary snack. You feel great for a little while, then suddenly, you're tired, hungry again, and looking for another snack. It's a cycle, a roller coaster your body rides over and over again. When you reduce added sugar, that roller coaster starts to disappear. Your energy becomes smoother throughout the day, fewer crashes, better focus, less brain fog. And surprisingly, this doesn't just affect how you feel, it affects how you look. Because chronic inflammation doesn't only happen inside your body, it can also show up on your skin. For some people, eating large amounts of added sugar may contribute to more frequent acne or make existing breakouts harder to manage. So when they reduce sugar, their skin often becomes calmer, breakouts become less frequent, redness starts fading, and the overall complexion looks healthier. Will this happen to everyone? No. Skin health depends on many factors. Genetics, hormones, sleep, stress, and overall nutrition all play a role. But for many people, reducing added sugar is one piece of the puzzle that makes a visible difference. Then comes the 1-month mark. This is when friends and family sometimes start asking a simple question. Have you been doing something different? Because even if they can't explain why, they notice. Your face looks fresher, your skin looks brighter, and if you've been eating balanced meals instead of sugary snacks. Your body composition begins to change, not because quitting sugar magically melts fat. It doesn't. Fat loss still depends on your overall calorie intake and activity level, but here's what quitting sugar often does. It makes eating fewer calories much easier. Sugary foods are easy to overeat. They're designed to be incredibly rewarding. When you replace them with meals rich in protein, fiber, and whole foods, you naturally stay full for longer. That means fewer unnecessary snacks, better control over hunger, and over time, less body fat. Now here's where things become really exciting, because as body fat slowly decreases, something hidden starts becoming visible. Your muscles, your shoulders begin to look more defined, your arms show more shape, your chest becomes more noticeable. Even your abs may start peeking through if you've built them in the gym. Many people think they've suddenly gained muscle, but the truth is, they've simply revealed the muscle that was already there. And the transformation doesn't stop at the mirror, because by the 2nd and 3rd month, changes start happening that most people can't actually see, but they can definitely feel. Months 2 and 3, the real transformation begins. By the 2nd month, something changes, not just in the mirror, but in the way you feel every single day. Remember those moments when you used to feel exhausted after lunch, or that sudden urge to grab something sweet in the middle of the afternoon. For many people, those moments become far less common. Your energy doesn't shoot up, then come crashing down. Instead, it stays steady. And that changes everything. You focus better. You become more productive. You don't rely on sugar just to get through the day anymore. But if you work out, this is where things get really interesting. A lot of people believe sugar is the reason they can't build muscle. That's not exactly true. The real problem is that a diet high in added sugar often leaves less room for the nutrients your muscles actually need. Protein, healthy fats, complex carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. When sugary foods stop dominating your diet, healthier foods naturally take their place. Your workouts become more consistent. Your recovery improves. You feel stronger. Not because sugar was magically blocking muscle growth, but because your body finally has the fuel it needs to perform at its best. And then comes one of the biggest visual changes. As your body fat gradually decreases, the muscles you've been building finally start becoming visible. Your shoulders appear broader, your arms look more defined, your chest becomes more noticeable, your waist looks smaller, and if you've been training consistently, even the outline of your abs may begin to appear. This is why so many people think quitting sugar suddenly made them muscular. It didn't. It simply revealed what had been hidden underneath. But even now, the biggest benefit hasn't arrived yet, because what happens over the next few months affects something almost everyone cares about: how quickly you age. 6 months later, the benefit almost nobody talks about. Imagine taking two identical twins. They eat the same amount of calories, exercise the same amount, sleep the same number of hours, but one of them consistently eats large amounts of added sugar, while the other keeps it to a minimum. Years later, their skin may not age in exactly the same way. One reason is a process called glycation. Here's what that means. When excess sugar stays in the bloodstream, some of it can attach to proteins like collagen and elastin. These proteins are responsible for keeping your skin firm, smooth, and elastic. Over time, that process can make collagen less flexible and less effective. It's one of the reasons excessive sugar intake has been associated with faster visible skin aging. Now, quitting sugar won't erase wrinkles overnight, and it won't make you look 10 years younger next month. But by reducing added sugar over the long term, you're giving your skin a better chance to maintain its natural strength and elasticity. In other words, you're investing in the way you'll look years from now. And honestly, that's something no expensive skincare cream can completely replace. There's another benefit people often forget: your teeth. The bacteria in your mouth love sugar. The more often they're fed, the more acid they produce. And over time, that acid increases the risk of cavities. Reducing added sugar means giving those bacteria fewer opportunities to damage your teeth. A healthier smile, fewer dental problems, and one less thing to worry about in the future. So, is quitting sugar worth it? Let's be honest. Quitting added sugar won't solve every problem in your life. It won't magically make you shredded. It won't instantly give you perfect skin. And it won't replace exercise, sleep, or a balanced diet. But what it will do is make every healthy habit easier. You'll have fewer cravings, more stable energy, better control over your appetite, a diet that's naturally more nutritious, a body that's more likely to lose excess fat, skin that may look healthier, and muscles that become easier to see as your body composition improves. The amazing part is that none of these changes happen because your body suddenly becomes extraordinary. They happen because your body finally gets the chance to do what it was designed to do. Most people spend years searching for the perfect supplement, the perfect workout, the perfect diet, when sometimes the biggest improvement comes from removing one habit that's been quietly working against you all along. So here's a challenge for the next 30 days. Cut out added sugar as much as you reasonably can. Not forever, just 30 days. Take a picture of yourself today, then take another one a month from now. You might be surprised by what you see, because the first person to notice the difference won't be your friends. It won't be your family. It'll be you. And once you see, though,